Hey guys, Seth Cole of the NNSCRA Sports Channel here, and welcome to a special video that's just basically an informational video based on next season, Season 3 of the Hershey's Cup Series. Now, first off, let me explain that the charter system that is used for Season 1, for Season 2, and will be for Season 3 are not team charters. They are instead driver charters. And the only way that charters can be exchanged is if a driver who has the charter currently in their possession is willing to part with it. And so, therefore, there were a number of people who submitted teams for next season and had drivers chartered when those drivers did not, at this current point in time, have a charter in Season 2. And so, therefore, you're going to see a lot of names that maybe you've submitted and they don't have a charter on them, and that's the reason why. As things stand right now, 31 drivers that had charters for Season 2 of Hershey's Cup are coming back for Season 3, and so therefore those charters currently are in their possession. The only way they do not have a charter is if you talk with them, they say, okay, I'll give you my charter for Season 3. That's how that works out. So there will be 35 total charters for next season. There are 4 of them right now that are up in the air. One of them is questionable on whether or not somebody's going to get it or not. We'll get to that in just a minute. But right now, 31 of the charters are taken. There are 4 that are vacant at the moment, but people that I'm not able to keep in contact with on Facebook that don't have Facebook, hopefully you'll see this video on YouTube and be able to let me know if you want to keep your charter for next season. For the drivers that do not have charters, they're basically going to be involved in a knockout qualifying session every single week. And like I said back, I think it was at the race at, I want to say, Michigan, there is going to be a knockout qualifying session every single week, but it will only involve non-chartered cars. The charter drivers will not be in that race. They'll basically be racing for 7 available spots in the starting lineup. That's how it's going to go down. The rest of the starting lineup, as far as the chartered cars, are going to be done completely at random. So you will not know each week who the pole sitter is until the actual start of each week's race. All right. So anyway, also want to point out as well too, and I'll be covering all this back when we get to Season 3. But the drivers that do qualify their way into the main event race as the non-chartered rides will start 37th or 36th rather through 42nd. So just keep that in mind as well. So anyway, these are the teams that I currently have compiled. This is not signups. This is just showing the charter system and everything. Signups will be coming very soon, so don't worry about that. But anyway, these are the rides that I currently have situated and the drivers that currently have charters. Anime Racing Team, Nathan Hudson, our Lime Rock winner, coming in with his own team. It'll be 4 drivers driving Chevrolets. Matt McIntyre makes his return after he took part in Season 1. Daniel Voiles, and they'll be bringing on rookie Daniel Olson. 2 drivers with charters. Nathan Hudson, who has a charter this season with Michael Norman Motorsports. Daniel Voiles, who has a charter this season with USA Motorsports. Then you got Bang Kickles Racing with Sergio Alonso. He's going to be a rookie this season, single car race team, Chevrolet, but no charter. Rage Motorsports, Joshua Michaels moving to a Honda, and he has a charter this season with Rage Motorsports. He'll carry that charter over next season. AS Racing, John Arndt moving to the 05 now. He's swapping rides with Joseph Wrigley. Carson Scott still in the 38, and they're bringing Johnny Gardner in the 96 on board. Now, John Arndt, Carson Scott, both charters this season. They'll keep the charters. Now, Johnny Gardner has claimed Grayson Acavito's charter only if Grayson Acavito does not return next season. If Acavito returns next season, wants to keep his charter, then the 96 does not have a charter. The only reason being because of Bulldog Motorsports folding up. Johnny Gardner said that if Acavito did not keep his charter and everything for next season, then he'd like to have it. But if Grayson Acavito, if you're watching this and you want to still have your charter for next season, let me know in the comments beneath this video. Then we got NW Motorsports, Benjamin Miles moving from the 25, which he's been in for 2 seasons, over to the 42. He brings on Cody Lamas as a teammate. Both those drivers, the 25 of Benjamin Miles, the 78 this season of Cody Lamas, both chartered rides. They will keep the charters for next season. Fire Ice Racing, you've got John Cittadino in the 83. Pichu London joins in the 87. Zachary Stoltz still in the 86 and the 93. Not going to be rookie Marie Manobi this season, but instead next season Zach Flickinger. And Flickinger this season in the 01 for Flickinger Motorsports is a chartered ride, so he would bring his charter over to Fire Ice Racing. Gonzalez Motorsports, Brandon Gonzalez, still in the Mitsubishi, and he was a chartered ride this season. He'll be a chartered ride next season. Joshua Sakuli in the 47 this season, two-time winner, will move to the 73 next season, and he has a charter this season with the 47 team. He will have a charter next season roll over when he moves to the 73. Let's move up here. There's KAB Racing Enterprises. Kat Tellier in the 35 car was chartered this season. Will keep the charter for next season. Keith Batson moves to the 39. Now he has William Brock's charter. This is actually a confirmed charter swap. William Brock has confirmed that Keith Batson will be allowed to have the charter he has this season, so Batson will be making every race next year, and then Jason Haywood in the 72 does not have a charter for their team. Now here's the whole thing about driver team charter thing that the little discrepancy was. Joanna Atwood Motorsports, James Qualls in the 70, Joshua Osborne in the 27, Andrew Davis in the 14, two couple of rookies there. Now James Qualls this season did not have a charter. He swapped it over to, I think it was Kat Tellier, but I'm not certain. And of course, Joshua Osborne, Andrew Davis, both are rookies this season. So with that being said, when James Qualls submitted to the team, he had himself and Joshua Osborne as chartered rides. Unfortunately, that can't be done because Qualls does not have a charter this season, and Joshua Osborne obviously doesn't have a charter this season as well for next season as well. So all three of those drivers at this current point in time, non-chartered cars. Then you got CJ Racing. You got Garrett Sidner. He's moving to the 08. He wasn't chartered this season. He won't be chartered next season. Leon Alvarez moving over to CJ Racing in 33. Chris Dodd moving to the 88. Leon Alvarez was a chartered ride this season for Bulldog Motorsports, now Everham Motorsports. Chris Dodd, obviously, a chartered ride for his own team of CJ Racing, rather. So both of them will be chartered rides. Chelsea Bowles, which is going to be in CJ Racing, but with an AS Racing affiliation in the 097, a rookie, will not be chartered next season. Then you've got Srigley Motorsports. Joseph Srigley, the 05 this season for Srigley Motorsports, is a chartered ride, so he'll be a chartered ride next season in the 24. You got rookies Kev Shearer, Jonathan Zorland will be trying to make their first starts of their career next year. Neither one of them had previous charterships, so they will be non-chartered rides. And Emmanuel Hartnett in the 97 returns to Srigley Motorsports. He was a chartered ride this season. He'll be a chartered ride next season. Young Motorsports, Dylan Young, JT Bryant, Levi McIntyre, pretty much it all stays the same for them. All three drivers this season were chartered rides. They'll be chartered rides next season. Same for Retro Racing Enterprises. As I'll scroll up here just in case you can't see that. Jessica Shelton, Charles Sanford, Kyle Matthews, all were chartered rides this season. They'll all be chartered rides next season. Seth Cole-Baker Motorsports. Cole-Baker had a charter this season. He'll have a charter next season. Sean Galligan moving over to the team in the 44. Anthony McCurry moving over to the team in the 61. Both of them were chartered rides, with Galligan with Sega Motorsports, McCurry with Kyotech Racing. They'll bring their charters over to the team. Seth Cole, no charter this season. He won't have a charter next season either. Tweenix Racing with Dylan Poteet, James McLeod, basically the same situation they were in this season. They'll be in next season. Dylan Poteet with the charter, James McLeod without. Red Dragon Motorsports, the 41 and the 91, those numbers have been claimed by Red Dragon Motorsports, but drivers have not been signed to those two numbers yet. It's all really going to depend on who goes there, whether that team's going to have any chartered rides or not. And then you move further up, O'Neill Baldwin Motorsports, the 00, Vitalia Salinas. That's going to be a rookie driver, O'Neill Baldwin in the 04. Baldwin didn't have a charter this season, so he won't have one currently next season. Same for Vitalia Salinas being a rookie, no charter there. Michael Norman Motorsports, three-car team next season with Michael Norman, rookie Daniel Gilbert, and Dougie Shears. Dougie Shears, oh, wait a minute. No, actually, I made a mistake there. I've got Dougie Shears down as a chartered ride, and that is incorrect. So let me change that. So there's actually that. Okay, so yep, that was a mistake on my part. I do apologize. All right, so Dougie Shears does not have a charter because he was not a chartered ride this season. You've got, wait, then who would the? I'm missing somebody here. Okay, while I'm thinking of this, we'll figure this out in just a minute here. You got Michael Norman. He's a chartered ride, so he'll be chartered right next season. Daniel Gilbert and then Dougie Shears would not. Sega Motorsports, Trent Dunham, a chartered ride. The 8 car going to be for Sega Motorsports. Still questionable whether Ryan Madden's returned to that ride or not. Fitzwater Australia Racing goes down to a 2-car team. Jake Baskinger in the 59, Zachary Fitzwater in the 76. Both were chartered rides this season. Will be chartered rides next season. And then Stephen Pollard Racing, the 01 of Stephen Pollard III. He will be a non-chartered ride. So just give me 1 second here. Let me figure through who the other driver would be. Oh, that's who it is. Okay, so these are the drivers that currently would have a charter if they rejoin. Tim Walsh, Ryan Madden, James Richardson, Dallas McIntosh, and Grayson Acavito. Due to them having charters this season, it would roll over to next season if they choose to return to the series. So currently, 30 charters claimed, questionable 31 because of the Grayson Acavito, Johnny Gardner situation, but Tim Walsh, Ryan Madden, James Richardson, Dallas McIntosh, Grayson Acavito. If you see this video, comment below. Let me know if you're planning on returning next season. If so, what kind of ride you're interested in for what team. And then if you're going to be carrying your charter over. Because if that's the case, we may end up having signups for people with no chartered rides available. Okay? If you do not comment below, if you're one of these 5 people, about return next season, then there's a likelihood that your charter, once the season gets ready to get started and everything, your charter will be up for grabs to the highest bidder of a team that may want to have your Season 2 charter. So, again, Walsh, Madden, Richardson, McIntosh, Acavito. Comment below if you are planning on staying in the series for Season 3 and if you want your charter to roll over to that. Alright, so that's basically all that this video is about, to let you know who's got charters and who doesn't. Good thing I went through that to figure out who had charters or not, because I would have made a mistake if that weren't the case. So anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. Signups will be coming out soon for this, and I got some stuff to finish up for Season 2, and then Season 3 signups will begin. But thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you guys next time. Expect some couple more updates regarding Season 3 in the near future. And until then, see you guys next time.